Now let's do something very interesting. I think the biggest one, the one that has made the most news, most headline, most talked about is the cinematic mode. And we've got the people behind it, the people who actually came up with all of this, the people who have every answer to all my questions on cinematic mode. So let's get started. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, iPhones have always excelled at video, but what was the inspiration behind cinematic mode on the iPhone 13 series?
I'll start with a little bit about the process we went through to create cinematic mode. We wanted to bring cinematic mode to life in a way that was intuitive and easy to use, but also reflected the sophisticated focus pulling techniques that have been used for decades in movies we love. So we spent a long time studying the history of cinema and the art of using focus to tell a story. I'll start with a simple example. With portrait mode and portrait lighting, the design process specifically tied into the history of portraiture as an art form. We were inspired by Avedon and Warhol, but also painters like Rembrandt and the beautiful Chinese brush portraits from thousands of years ago. So before we did anything, we went and spoke to some of the best cinematographers, people who have made films that have inspired and moved us to better understand their craft. And we also looked at cinema through time, modern movies we loved to Hitchcock and other classics. In doing this, certain trends emerged. It was obvious that focus and focus changes were fundamental storytelling tools, and that we as a cross-functional team needed to understand precisely how and when they are used.
Now, what kind of use cases do you actually foresee? Is it only going to be pros, directors, and others that can use it, or is it going to be everybody? Because we're starting to see incredible use cases already coming out.
I think what's important, Rajiv, is that just as we said, cinematic mode is for everyone. And similar to portrait mode that we brought into all our products, we want everyone to be able to shoot movies just like the pros and without having to thinking or knowing all these techniques. So definitely want a cinematic mode to be for everyone. So not just professional video, but your home videos. Imagine shooting your kid at home, your pets during the weekend. They're going to look like kind of even better videos and in a way that customers never thought they could even shoot.
Now, this editing feature where you can adjust the focus even after you've shot a video works really well. Great for everybody, including creators. How did you achieve this, and can all this metadata be used for more interesting features in the future? And will you be answering anything about the future?
We essentially developed an entirely new set of algorithms to intelligently and automatically replicate these sorts of transitions. And it's using a combination of software-based machine learning and hardware-based camera disparity running on the incredible neural engine in A15 Bionic in order to understand what to focus on at any given moment. And we discovered we could even go beyond traditional professional cameras since we make use of this powerful software. It's amazing that with anything you've shot, you can both change where the focus is and the aperture level to affect the intensity of the depth effect while editing the video after you've captured it. So you get the creative flexibility to adjust your original recording, which can dramatically change the video's feel and narrative. And this is simply impossible in the world of traditional cameras, even for skilled experts.
And of course, finally, I want to ask you this question. Cinematic mode turning out to be, like you've said, great headline maker. Everybody's trying it. We're seeing use cases from everywhere. What would make you really happy when you thought of cinematic mode and now you're seeing how people are using it? What would make you really happy that this is a feature that really worked for everybody?
I'm already happy. I think if you just look at some of the first examples you see on the web already for professionals and regular users are already stunning. The fact that they love to shoot and they had their willingness to post so fast, it hasn't even been a week that the iPhone is out, right? And you can see some great people are sharing their own personal memories on all over the web. And we already saw a phenomenal, even professional movie shot on iPhone. And I have no doubt we're going to see cinematic pretty soon on those too. So for us, it's having those kind of fantastic stories being told for everyone in the world through iPhone lenses. That's what makes me happy, and I can already say that I'm already happy.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for speaking with us, and I cannot wait to see what you do with Cinematic Mode 2.0 in the next iPhone.